What is this? The logs? Nah. Nah. What? Nah. 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 What's going on here? Oh. Oh. My days. One Donkey Kong barrel thing. Hey, what's going on, people? It's man like Jamo, fam. So, got invited to this adventure park thing all the way down in Hounslow. Now, if you're North London, West London, that's all good for you. But if you're South East London, it is a journey, regardless of whether you're taking public transport or car. I think it took us about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the car. And we went through the congestion charge zone. So yeah, bear that in mind. Anyway, fam, got to the place now. They had bare parking. I think it's £1 per hour. And they do have electric charging points there, but none of them work. Regardless of that, at least you got your parking and the sat nav will take you to the right place. Now, got there now and we realized that we couldn't actually see where this gripped place was, even though we saw a sign outside. Tutus, the gripped adventure place is inside another theme park zoo kind of thing called Hobbledown Heath. So if you also search for Hobbledown Heath, you'll find the exact place you need to get to. Now, got there now and we was, welcomed by the staff. And let me just even stop there, yeah? Because all the staff were blessed. They were hella blessed, and they welcomed us. They were having little tutu small talk between our activities. They were extremely competent in health and safety, letting us know how to get across the course and thing like that. They were cool, man. So I thought I would just put that out there as a first, because you sometimes go to some of these places and the staff all got an attitude. It wasn't that here, fam. They're all cool, fam. I just hope they keep it that way, innit? Alright, so first up, they made us sign some waivers, sign our life away, so if we broke our legs and things like that, we can't come back and sue them. Standard procedure, like you do at most trampoline parks and things like that. And then we went on to put on the harnesses, and this is where I encountered my first issue, yeah? The harness was not respecting my thigh. It was not respecting my bum. You get me? Everybody else had their harness on one time with no issues. Staff were looking at me. They started looking at each other. They were like, yo, do we have bigger harnesses? And the staff were like, that is the bigger harness. Everyone was like, okay, this is looking sticky. But tutus, we made it happen, fam. We made it happen. So this is just a little warning out there. Man like me is 140 kg in it. If you're a pair, like that, if you thick down the below, then bring some thin clothes in it, because it's a struggle, fam. You see it, fam. The thighs were not respecting it. Anyway, thighs disrespecting the thing aside, we went on to the first little practice course, which was suspended about a meter in the air, just to give you a feel of how to connect the safety gear, how to traverse the course, and how to use the zip line. And once we all went through that, we were ready for the big things. You get me? Oh, that's it. Now you're dangling.
You're gonna let me die.
You're dangling.
Guys!
Oh my.
You're gonna let me die.
Oh my days.
Oh my goodness. Guys.
Now, moving on to the high rope courses, what surprised me is that there were 2 separate high rope courses. And on each separate course, there were multiple routes, fam. So let's say you picked high rope course 1, there were like 4 or 5 separate routes you could take. Some routes might have monkey bars, some routes might have rope bridges, you get it kind of thing. But they all had zip lines and net bridges, and it was all mad. So there was lots of variety to go on and lots of replay value if you was to visit again in the future. Now, I have to keep it real with you. I'm not trying to put anyone off, but I need you guys to bear in mind that although these courses are fun, they are difficult. They are physically demanding. Now, I'm unfit in it, so maybe it was more physically demanding for me. My guys were just flying past some of the courses, fam, but the balance that you have to have, the grip that you have to have, it is wild, fam. And it was a nice sense of achievement once you got past a certain obstacle. One thing I wish I would have done is read the terms and conditions and bought some protective gloves with me so that I wouldn't get as much rope burn from holding the tough ropes that are keeping everything steady. However, no matter how physically strenuous the course got, there were always a member of staff in the area to help you out if you got stuck, whether that's them climbing up the ladder and helping you across the obstacle, or literally them throwing up a rope and pulling you along the zip line kind of thing, fam. The staff were cool and they helped out a lot, fam. So it's not a stress thing, even if you're not a physically capable person like that. But yeah, I'm just telling you guys now, it's going to be a workout. Next up for us was the zip lines, fam. And we saw some zip lines on the high rope course, but those were mini zip lines compared to what we were about to go on here, fam. These zip lines were at least 20-30 meters up in the air, and they were long. They were at least like 200 meters long, and you actually picked up some speed on these ones, you understand? Now, it was all cool. We had to walk up some stairs to get there, and fam, these things were flying. This was actually my favorite course because it wasn't too physically demanding. It was literally put yourself on the zip line, attach all the safety equipment, and then just fly to the next destination kind of thing. And there was like a little runway at the end where you would run, try to slow yourself down and go on to the next zip line. So yeah, that was cool, fam. Last thing we did at the end of the day was this bag jump, and you're essentially jumping off a platform into a bouncy castle. Now, although the idea sounds fun, the execution of the jump that you have to perform to move up to the next level is so kind of annoying that it kind of put me off the whole thing, because I was tired from the high rope activities by that point. And there's 4 different levels in it. So imagine you start off at level 1, they see how you're doing your jump. If you're not doing your jump properly, they won't let you get to level 2, innit? And so on and so forth. So you can't just go on and start straight away on level 4. You got to start on level 1, and they might make you repeat level 1 like 10 times if they don't feel like you're jumping safe enough. And I mean, obviously they got to do that for health and safety, but it kind of just slowed down the whole process. And obviously every time you jump, you got to walk back up the stairs, and yeah, man was just tired by this point. But it was a good idea in practice. Yeah, it was an alright day. It was an alright day. The high ropes were live, the zip wire thing was live, the bag jump was a bit meh. The tuck shop, little food area, was kind of dead. Like, not many options. Like, they didn't even have chicken nuggets on the menu. So, like, what do you have if you don't have chicken nuggets? But yeah, and the slush puppy machine was out of order as well. So yeah, not a great start in the food area, but the activities were given activity. So that's all I can ask for, really, because that's what you're going for, innit?